Learn to tie better flies faster with the Nor-Vise fly tying system.
Now let's take a look at some other techniques that are very useful when we're working with what are called body materials. A lot of times we're going to want to tie a fly that's weighted. I'd like to show you how we handle lead wire with your Norvise. We'll start out by putting down a thread base. This is where we wrap the thread from, say, there to, about there. That's where we're going to put the lead. We'll take our spool of lead wire, we have right here. And a real neat way to do this is we simply push the lead through the eye of the hook, like that, and then we use the vise to roll it into place, like so. See how smooth that goes on? Pull that straight off. You can trim this other end with your thumbnail, and then we take our thread and we run it back through the lead like that. Build a little tapered section at the end of the hook, and you're ready to go. Okay, now that we've put some lead on this hook, let's see what we can do next. I'm going to build a simple little chenille body. First thing we're going to do is take a piece of ribbing material like this silver tinsel here, and we'll tie it in like so. And we take this other end and push it down through the slot in the jaws. That keeps it out of the way. Here's a piece of chenille. It's one of the simplest materials that we normally start tying with when we begin our fly tying. Run our thread forward. You merely take the chenille and hold it like this and let the vise roll it on the hook. That's about all there is to it. Okay. Up like that, tie it off, trim it. Now we're going to take that piece of tinsel that we had back there, run it up through there, and you can see how simple and quick it is to make a chenille body with a silver rib through it that's weighted. Pretty neat, huh? There's also a lot of really neat materials that are used for building fly bodies these days. A lot of synthetics. This is an elastic material. There's a number of these on the market now. And I'd like to give you some ideas on how we handle these elastic materials. So let's put a little smaller hook in here for the moment. Just for size, position, tighten. Cut a piece of this stuff off of here. And we'll start by tying it onto the hook. What I'd like to demonstrate here is how we can make a segmented body using these elastic materials. We're going to start out with very little pressure. In other words, we don't stretch this real tight. We're going to hold it fairly loose, and we roll it down like this, and we increase the amount of tension as we get further back. So you can see how that begins to taper the body. I come forward, a lot of tension, start to slack off. And see how you can develop a tapered body with that? You see these little bitty segments in there? Kind of neat, huh? You'll find that's real useful when you're tying some of your small nymphs and chironomids and things of that nature. Now let's take a look at another manufactured body material. In this case, it's some rayon floss. Let's start out by putting one of these pretty little steelhead hooks in the vise. Get our working thread started up here. You notice this is a looped eye hook. With this style of hook, it's really a good idea that when you're ready to start to turn the hook, put a half hitch in your working thread or it'll slip off. Tie in our floss, secure it with a half hitch, and get the bobbin out of the way. Now we're going to start out by see how you can work back and forth with this. What I'm trying to achieve here is a nicely tapered body. And it's pretty easy to do by spinning that. It's almost like working in a lathe. It just makes a terrific body for your steelhead and cutthroat flies. Bobbin comes in like that, ties it off. You're ready to go to the next step. Really is a better way to do it. So So these are some additional examples of how you can handle a lot of different types of body materials with your Nor-Vise fly tying system.